My 29M fiance 27F slept with her ex 4 months before engagement. What do I do? Why would she do this? She doesn't know I know yet. Her ex-boyfriend's now ex-wife was the one who told me. It was 4 months ago and she had told me he was back in town and they had talked once. It was for closure because their relationship had ended badly. That was the extent. Apparently they were talking on and off all summer and finally had sex when I was out of town with my parents. I guess she was the one who reluctantly ended it. He had a conscience and told his wife everything and they are in the process of a divorce. How could she do this and still look me in the eye and say yes? I'm reading in other comments that you cheated as well. That's information that needs to be added to your post because it really changes the narrative. I mean, you cheated on her too. Twice. Sounds like you two were meant for each other tbh. I think you just dodged a bullet. It's fortunate you found out now that she is a cheater and a liar, instead of after the wedding when she starts fucking her coworkers or guys she meets in a bar while you are out of town. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Run now and don't even consider forgiving her, no matter what bullshit she tells you. I'm sorry you have to go through this heartbreak. It's going to hurt for a while and honestly you just need to dump her and go no contact. Best wishes to you. That's why you should have ended it 7 years ago the first time you cheated. The relationship has been doomed this whole time. It's hard to feel sorry for you because you're both trash. Probably you had cheated on her twice already so she thought it was a no big deal as she has already forgiven both times. Or she actually had resentful feelings about those times and that pushed her over the edge. In any case it isn't healthy. The relationship seems to be over. It was already over when you cheated on her first. It probably had some chances of surviving but the second time probably already hit the nail on the head. It's better to judge stop, without blame and guilt. Otherwise you'll guys keep making these mistakes and being resentful and never be happy. How could she do this and still look me in the eye and say yes? Human selfishness and cruelty knows no bounds. Hope you didn't spend too much on the ring. It's a battle already lost when loyalty is what holds the bond. Upon hearing you have both cheated, you are either a perfect match or the relationship is doomed. Tell her you know, see what happens. Get your ring back. Don't marry a cheater. As for why she a low-quality immortal slag. Not wife material. Why did you purposefully omit that you've also cheated on her multiple times? Well, I guess since you cheated on her twice in this relationship she still has one freebie left. How could she do this and look me in the eye and say yes? I don't know, how could you do it to her in the early stages of a relationship when you were still forming trust between each other? You expected her to forgive you, right? Why is it any different when it's her, now? This relationship is a disaster. You cheated early on and introduced the idea of weak infidelity. She responded by cheating herself because in her mind it was likely revenge even if she would never tell you. Y'all aren't meant to be together. It's time for both of you to move on. There's nothing you can do, you've finally received your karma. So chalk it up to the saying, you reap what you sow. You may not have wanted this to happen but shit happens. You can't be hurt because she most likely was hurt by you too. But was willing enough to forgive you and keep going within the relationship with. So do what you consider would be right, think about it. From her perspective from the first time you cheated and then think about how you feel and look to what your solidified answer will be. No one can make this decision but you. She did it because she didn't recover from you cheating on her, didn't forgive or forget, and wanted to get even without upsetting the apple cart. Opportunity arose, and she took it. You've got to decide whether you surface it up, and dicus it with her with an open mind, or just go NC and serve her with papers. I'd discuss it, but I'd discuss anything, you do you. If both of you cheated on each other, why the fuck would you get married? I don't get some people. An eye for an eye, be done with the relationship and try harder next time. 26F here. Do not marry her. She is selfish and cruel. She was engaged with you and seeking out her ex-boyfriend. That alone is a big red flag. Then she kept you in the loop about talking with him as a means to keep your guard down. All along, she was secretly reconnecting emotionally and mentally. Lastly, she sleeps with him, reconnecting physically. I suggest you be sneaky too. Ask to see her ring. Tell her that you need to make sure of something about the setting. Explain you heard something dishonest about the jeweler. Once the ring is in hand, tell her the only problem was who was wearing it. How could she do this and still look me in the eye and say yes? Dude, you did it first. Imagine how you felt when you did it, and that's how she felt when she did it. You say you guys moved on, but it's almost impossible to do that. How you're feeling now is how she felt then. Now, you have the same choice she had. You can stay and forgive her, or you can leave. Up to you. Yikes. You guys both cheated on each other. This isn't a time to blame her when you have done it as well. If both of you choose to move past this, then I suggest counseling or just end the relationship altogether, which might seem to be your best bet. How could she do it? The same way you did, idiot. It's crazy how they always look you in the eye. I wonder how she looked him in the eye. I bet he didn't even know, because to the ex you or some guy that she was seeing while she was still reconciling the relationship with him. All the horrible stories I read this evening, the takeaway should be we should really cherish how we treat one another in life, because we are living, loving creatures and these things hurt. Op. How could she cheat on me? Redditors. Must be a match made in heaven because you cheated on her twice. Like, dude. Lol. Op. If you cheated first. Then good, you deserve it. If she forgave you, forgive her. No one wants you guys back in the dating scene. Call it what it is. Cheating. She cheated on you, and with a married man to boot. This was never a one-off thing. Get your ring and go. Break up with her. You both cheated, it's obvious the relationship is not going to work out. The fact that you left that part out in this post is kind of suspicious. How she can do it is the furthest thing from important. Aside from her being aware of what you did, you admitted to committing essentially the same act. There's no advice to seek here. Instead, decide for yourself if you wanna pursue a marriage where you cheat on one another. I'd say do as the ex-wife and get out of here. Why risk the headaches and a life of doubting your partner? Yes, it may be a one-off. But on the other hand, you now know that she is capable of doing that to you, so she could do it again. Plenty of fish in the sea, some that won't be unfaithful to you. Edit. Okay, just saw your other post, and I'm rescinding my previous piece of advice. Do everyone else a favor, stay with her. You deserve each other. You can't take the moral high ground when you've done the exact same thing to her. Here is the link that everyone is referring to about Op cheating in the past. Why would she have trouble looking you in the eye and saying yes? All she did was what you did to her. Doesn't really matter how much time has passed, the stain of cheating never goes away. Get the ring back. Walk away. She not only betrayed you but has been lying to you for 4 months. Are you sure this the woman you want to marry? The woman you want to build a life and put your trust on? I do not you, but I would run away from her. She is not worth the efforts. Dump her. She is toxic. Can't make a wife out of a hoe, the Kid Leroy. Damn, sorry man, that's terrible. Saved you a lot of money at least. She could do this because she's not the person you thought she was. She's a cheater and a liar. She's completely untrustworthy. Get your ring back and move on. It will get better. Dude, a relationship with that much cheating, there's no getting it back and neither of you is going to trust the other ever again. Both of you should get STI tests and just cut your losses. You've got 2 options. Forgive her like she did to you twice earlier in your relationship and move on, or do everyone a favor and break it off. Don't bring a kid into this world and ruin their life because you couldn't make a smart decision. Go and better yourself. No one likes a cheater. Since you have cheated before, I think you both should visit a couples therapist to end this toxic behavior, unless you both are ready for an open relationship. Jesus. Talk to her, FFS. Forgive her and call it even, or don't. Just don't marry with this shit a secret. Probably because you cheated on her twice already. Why are you two even together? LMAO. To answer your question, it usually comes down to the fact that people will forgive themselves for actions which they would not forgive others for, since they know their own minds and can rationalize it better. You've both cheated, neither one of you is suited for this relationship, perhaps not any relationship at the moment. You're certainly not ready to be married. It's best for both of you to go your separate ways. Maybe an open relationship is more of you and your fiance's style. Then you can stop lying to each other. Guess she probably paid you back in your own coin. I don't really know what people stand to gain in cheating. Become swingers. Karma. LMAO. What's the problem? You two sound perfect for each other. I don't understand why people cheat. Op, you suck major ass for cheating and your fiancé sucks too. Both of you suck. People like you who cheat on others are awful. All y'all should either transfer into open relationship or break up. Reading the comments reveals you're also a cheater. Hey, there are worse things in life, but in a relationship, there has to be respect for each other. Think the need to cheat shows the person hasn't met the one yet. Once you meet that person you want to spend the rest of your life with, the thought of cheating is truly heartbreaking. End the relationship and find that person. Get rid.